Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel. As I was doing my eye makeup today, which is like a really intense purple smoky eye, I was thinking that I didn't really know which nude lipstick from my collection I wanted to use. I have a few that I really like, the ones that I'm going to show you, but that being said, I think finding your perfect nude is kind of a challenge and I'm still on the lookout for mine. Anyway, without further ado, let's just proceed to swatching the nude lipsticks that I would consider my top 5 at the moment. Let's start with my oldest favorite, and that is Modesty by MAC. Modesty is a gorgeous nude. It is not too nude to the point where it's going to look like concealer lips, and I feel like it has the perfect balance between a little bit of brown and a little bit of pink. It definitely leans more pink, but it is a really gorgeous color, and I have to say it looks really good on me. For a while there, I was absolutely convinced that I always look awful in nudes, so I didn't even buy nudes. And then I ordered something from MAC, they fucked up my order, and as an excuse for that they sent me a full size of this lipstick. So this lipstick wasn't even a choice that I made, it actually came into my life completely accidentally, but it was a really happy accident because I ended up really loving it and I use it a lot. It's also in their cream sheen formula and I love this. It is exactly what I want in a lipstick. It's a cream lipstick. If you guys didn't know that, I tend to prefer cream lipsticks to matte lipstick. I can do comfort mattes, but I don't like super matte formulas, and I'm definitely someone who thinks their lips look better in cream lipsticks, because I don't have very big lips. I've also, as you can see, already lined my lips. If I don't line my lips, I feel like my lip lines always look a little bit wonky, and my lips definitely tend to look smaller. So I always use a lip liner, and for the purpose of this video, I'm going to do that as well. One thing I really hate about nude lipsticks, obviously, is that because they're more nude, they tend to have a lot of white pigment to them, and what happens to me is that as soon as my mouth dries a little bit, I tend to get this really disgusting white crusty line in the inner part of my lips. Modesty never does that to me, and that is one of the reasons I absolutely love it. Right, next up we have another one of my older favorites, and that is Anita by NARS. Anita definitely clearly leans pink, and the formula is not really a creamy one, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a matte or a comfort matte either. It just glides on really comfortably. It has a lot of opacity, it has a very rich texture to it, and I never feel the need to apply something creamier over top of Anita. I always feel like it works just as well on its own. That is a swatch for this lipstick. You can see it's also not as nude as Modesty. I think Modesty definitely leans more nude. There you go, that is Anita by NARS. It's one of their audacious lipsticks, just in case you were curious about it. The packaging on this is really stunning, and what I really love about it is this extremely satisfying magnetic click. I have a couple of more of these audacious lipsticks from NARS, and something that I have noticed is that for some reason, even though they look like the kind of lipstick that would last really long on your lips, for some reason on me that doesn't happen unless I put a lip primer underneath them. But as soon as I put a lip primer underneath them, I have no issues, they don't go anywhere and they stay on really well. Anita is also not a crusty white line offender, so that is also one of the reasons I love this lipstick so much, because it is another one of those really easy lipsticks for me. Okay, next up we have one of my newer nude lipsticks, and that is the nudest color that I have in my collection, and that is Donatella by McGrath. This is in her Luxe Trans formula, so it is not the super matte formula. I would not necessarily call Luxe Trans a cream lipstick. I would qualify them more as like comfort matte. This is definitely the nudest color in my collection, and one that I'm not still quite sure about how I feel like if I wear it on its own. So let me put it on. I'm horrible at describing undertones of especially nude lipsticks, but to me personally, Donatella on me, I feel like pulls a little bit cool a little bit more to like the grayish side of lipsticks, and I think that really clashes with my skin tone and it doesn't look great on me. That being said, I don't think it's a very grayish lipstick, so it's definitely one that I can get away with wearing on its own with like a super intense smoky eye. But to give a little bit more warmth to Donatella, I like to pair her always with one of my other favorite nude lipsticks. That is one that I like to wear either on its own or especially paired with my nudes from McGrath, and that is Fresh Beige from Suqqu. Fresh Beige is one of the moisture-rich lipsticks from Suqqu, so this is not a lipstick that is going to be super long-lasting if you use it on its own. It's going to be great, it's going to be moisturizing, and you're going to feel very comfortable wearing it, but it is not the most like long-lasting formula. So I'm going to swatch this one on its own for you, but what I like to do with Donatella basically is mix it in with Fresh Beige. I don't know whether it's coming across on camera. I do think that Fresh Beige adds a little bit of like peach and a little bit of warmth to Donatella and makes it just a little bit more lively on my lips. Since we're on the topic of Fresh Beige from Suqqu, let's just go ahead and swatch it on its own and also give my lips a bit of a break. I don't know how people do lip swatches. I'm only doing lip swatches of nude lipsticks and I'm not even like scrubbing that hard and my lips are already starting to suffer. Anyway, this is Fresh Beige from Suqqu. You can see clearly the peach tones to it and the warmth. I love this lipstick. It just feels already so nice on my lips. It's so like rich and moisturizing without really feeling very heavy. I mean, you do feel it on your lips. It's a moisturizing lipstick, so obviously it has a little bit more of that like balmy feeling to it, but I do think it's a really gorgeous color and I love wearing this lipstick on its own or paired with other lipsticks. By the way, Fresh Beige has a little bit of sparkle to it. It's not something that you're going to feel or see too much, but be warned that it is in there. The next one is also one of my Pat McGrath nudes. This is She's Heaven, which is also in her Luxe Trans formula. It is definitely a deeper color compared to Donatella and one that I knew would be a little bit like my lips but better kind of color, because I don't have this color, but I have similar-ish colors and I know that these lipsticks always look good on me. You can definitely see that in the nudes category, She's Heaven definitely pulls a little bit deeper and a little bit less like a nude and more like just like a neutral color, but that is a little bit also what I gravitate towards when I think of nude lipsticks, not so much the concealer lips, but kind of my lips but better colors and maybe like a tone lighter, but nothing that literally is paler than my skin tone. So as far as like neutral lipsticks go, I think this one is my perfect my lips but better kind of color. And by the way, She's Heaven also pairs really beautifully with Fresh Beige. The reason I would put Fresh Beige over top of She's Heaven is not so much because I don't like the tones of She's Heaven, but more so because, like I said, the Luxe Trans formula still needs a bit more comfort matte for my personal taste, and I like just a tad more creamy, so that's the reason I would add Fresh Beige over top of She's Heaven, which would give it a little bit more of like that creamy richness, which would make my lips a little bit plumper and a little bit fuller, which is what I like for my lips. So these were my top 5 nude lipsticks, and I wanted to throw in a little bit of a bonus in there because that is a lipstick that I don't really use on its own. I'm going to sheer out She's Heaven a little bit now, just using my finger like this. I'm going to swatch She's Heaven for you on my hand because I think I forgot to do that. And I'm going to also show you the last color. So this is She's Heaven. And the last lipstick that I wanted to show you is from Urban Decay, and it was part of their cherry collection, is the color Juicy, which is in their metallized formula. Now their metallized formula is like super glittery lipstick, so this is definitely not going to be for everyone. It's a gorgeous like pinky nude color which is infused with glitter particles, like I see gold, I see pink. It's really gorgeous. I don't really tend to wear this lipstick on its own, like ever, so I always layer it over top of other lipsticks, which is why I'm also going to do that for you now. I'm going to swatch it on my hand so you see how it looks like on its own. There is definitely a base color to it, so it's not a sheer color by any means, but I personally like pairing it with like more matte lipsticks to which I want to give a little bit of sparkle. So for instance, I would definitely pair Juicy with something like She's Heaven, just to give it a bit more sparkle and a bit more warmth. Now, I doubt that you can really see the sparkle of Juicy coming on camera, but I hope that you can see a little bit of the glossiness that the sparkle tends to give on the lips, especially when you have had a more matte lipstick on your lips. I'm going to keep this lipstick combination now because my lips are definitely getting a little bit tired of being scrubbed, and I do feel like this looks also really great with the eye look that I have going on. It's the type of eye look that would pretty much pair with most nude lipsticks. Anyway, I hope you had fun swatching nude lipsticks with me. Let me know if you have any of these. What are your recommendations? I've been extremely curious about the new Natasha Denona nude lipstick line, but last I checked it still wasn't available on Feel Unique, which is the only like source of Natasha Denona products that I can think of. And second of all, the choice is pretty overwhelming and I wouldn't even know where to start. So if you guys have any recommendations, if any of you have tried the Natasha Denona like nude lips, please let me know, and please let me know which colors would you recommend for me. I definitely think that finding your perfect nude lipstick is kind of an adventure. You really have to try quite a few. I think finding your perfect red is much easier than finding your perfect nude, because I don't know, red almost always looks good on almost everyone, and like I would not really say that different undertones of red look bad on certain people. I think people just have preferences, but warm, neutral, cool would pretty much look good on everyone. It just wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea. But with nudes, I feel like you really need to try a lot in order to find your perfect nude. So let me know, what is your perfect nude? Thank you so much for watching. If you're curious about more of my videos, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!